The Tampa Bay area is becoming a hotbed for artistic endeavors, and the local film business is no exception. Well, 3 local filmmakers who have all had recent success could turn their own personal stories into a script, perhaps, as they overcame adversity to excel at their craft. I am joined today by Brian Williams, Alex Miller, and Dominic Smith. Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Great.
Well, we're really excited to talk with you. You guys all have fabulous stories individually and are all making an impact in the film world in Tampa. But let's go ahead and start with you, Brian. So you get your class project and you knock it out of the park with your film Vindictive. Talk about setting the bar and knowing that this was your chance to really set a great foundation for your future.
Well, first, I really want to thank my mother. If it wasn't for her, we would have never made the last scene of our film. So she stepped in and helped out because she believed in the vision that I had, and she knew that I got to make sure my baby makes it.
What was that vision?
Well, the vision is definitely, Vindictive is about a rogue MMA fighter that gets hunted by the mafia due to a tragedy that was caused by his hands. And my actor here, Alex E. Miller, is the mob boss.
And Alex, you actually auditioned for this role, and you yourself have gone through things in your past. How have you been able to use some of the experiences in your past to kind of shape you as an actor?
It's the way I look at it is anytime that you're on set, you're another character. And whenever you're going through any type of tough experiences in your life, those experiences, you're someone else. You're that person that's in that transition. You're the kid that you're watching on your documentary further down the line. So you have to look at it like the end goal is there. I see it. Right now I'm in a transition stage. So this isn't going to be forever. This is temporary.
And some of those life experiences, if you want to speak to them, great, but more so, how have you been able to use some of those life experiences and been able to, I'm assuming in a healing way, kind of become other people? Has that been able to benefit both your personal and professional
Yes,
life?
because you have to go outside of yourself within the struggles. You sometimes things can end up crafting, or making you out to be someone other than who everyone knows you to be, because the struggles can sometimes take away from the bravery that people know you as, like, oh, this is someone that's, always, in fear of nothing, but this time, you're kind of in fear, you're scared, but you want to think fearless. And once you think fearless, then your body will follow. As the head goes, the body will follow.
Well, that's a perfect segue. Speaking of being fearless, I think then we bring in our third gentleman here, Dominic, who, if you're okay, I'm going to say less than $1,000 in your pocket, you move to Florida and you're making your dreams come true. Award-winning filmmaker, I might add.
Thank you.
How have you been able to shape your future and really kind of take being an instructor to now being this filmmaker that you are?
I've stayed driven. I remember before I moved here to become a filmmaker, it was just a situation where it's like, when I have like $2,000, I'm gonna leave. When I have like $3,000, I'm gonna leave. And it just kept pushing that way until eventually, things keep coming up over and over and over again. And finally, I just said June 2nd, I'm leaving. And once I had that date like in my mind, I knew nothing else was gonna get in the way. No matter if I have $100, $200, like this is me going to chase those dreams.
And we're actually showing a little bit of your film right now, I believe. This is Reset, correct? And talk a little bit about this film, because again, you've done plenty of films in the past, but what is this one particularly about?
So Reset's about a young man who loses his father. Him and his mom move to a new town to kind of get things back to normal, but it doesn't work out the way that he hopes. He's dealing with a bully. There's a girl that he likes at the school, so with dealing with that, he ends up finding this device in his dad's old things that allows him to time travel, but only 3 minutes in the past. And it becomes a butterfly effect, and things begin to get worse as he uses it more.
It's interesting, we're sitting here talking about the storylines, but I gotta say, even look at the footage. Your shots are beautiful. You can tell there's a real passion behind the lens of what you're doing. What is the filmmaking experience like for you? What do you get out of it?
Personal gain and incitement. I feel like being a filmmaker is one of the best things in my life, because I feel like coming out of a lot of struggles, I'll be able to actually improve in my life and become a better man. I feel like creating stories is creating life. I'm a life maker and I'm a world changer. And if I can tell a story that can change somebody else's life, I'm a hero. And that's what I believe.
Yes, you are. And I was going to say, these films, it sounds like you really do. And I was going to say, I'm assuming you're probably along the same lines with the films that you've created, right, Dominic?
Yeah, no, definitely. Brian definitely worded it perfectly. There is nothing more amazing than sitting in the theater and not watching my movie, but watching people watch my movie. It's, I don't know, it's just it's literally a kid. It's like having a kid, man.
It's your baby.
Yeah,
it's your
exactly.
passion.
Because you put so much time and effort into it, sometimes 9 months. So
There you go. See the similarities. And I was going to say, we want to bring up you again, Alex. I mean, with your acting, I'm assuming you have the same kind of feelings and passion that go into your work.
Yes. If you don't care about what you're doing, if the passion isn't there, then you're not going to look at the struggle as just a stage in between, and it's going to, end up overwhelming you to the point where you'll probably quit. So I tell people all the time, if you don't love the struggle, if you're not passionate about it, then just go ahead and go a different direction. You have to love everything from the good, the bad, the ugly. You have to embrace everything about it.
Well, I think all three of you guys have given wonderful advice to anybody out there, whether they're filmmakers or not, but we're actually running out of time. I do want to ask, though, what is in the future for all three of you?
Right now for me, I'm just going to focus on my craft and develop me. I just graduated the Art Institute of Tampa this past Thursday.
Congrats.
Thank you, thank you. And to get back out there, I think it's smarter for me to actually be more reserved and strategize on the next task for me.
I'll say,
I'm a part of a production company where we're going to have a bunch of themed films based on public service announcements.
Oh, nice.
So therefore, every project that we do is going to be based on a movement of some sort. So that way, it creates more of a positive energy around it, aside from just the artistic, level of impressing someone. It's going to be able to touch someone, emotionally.
good for you. And finally, Dominic?
I'm spending the next 6 months writing 3 different feature films. And
Only 3? All at the same time? My goodness.
And I'll be pitching them to investors at the beginning of the first quarter of next year. So
good for you. Good for you guys. Congratulations on your success and good luck with continued success. We really appreciate you sharing your stories.
Thank you.